welcome back to another video for the Linux and SQL series. Now, what I'll do in this video is I'm going to be managing files with Linux commands. Now, you use Linux commands, right, to modify directory structure in the file it contains normally. And I'll also be using the Nano text editor to edit a file as well. Now, I previously talked about that directories helping you organize, subdirectories and files within them in Linux. Now, as a security analyst or security professional in general, creating, removing, and editing directories, of course, and files are core tasks that someone may need to help perform, managing data in general, right? Especially when it's in large quantities, right? Now, when data is well organized, you can more easily detect issues and keep data safe. Now, with that in mind, we can go ahead and move forward with painting the picture for the scenario. So now in the scenario, I, as a security professional, need to ensure that the correct directory, which in this case would be /home/analyst, is properly organized, and also make a few changes to the not only to the directory but the files that it contains. And I'll be also editing a file to record the changes or updates within that directory as well. So first, what I'll start off with, I'll create a new directory, like a dedicated subdirectory called logs, which will be used to store any future log files. So let me make sure that I am in the directory I need to be in. Yes, I am. So let's go ahead and make a new one. Actually, let's list what's in it first. So we got notes, reports, temporary for temp, and I'll be adding logs. So let's see, make directory. Okay, perfect. So the directory has officially been made. Of course, you understand that this may be the case, but you want to verify, at least I do. And there it is. You see 4 instead of 3, so you have log notes, reports, and temporary. So now the output shows that, which means we're good to go. So now I'm going to actually remove a directory because I no longer want to use it, and that'll be the temporary, which thus the name, right? So let's go ahead and remove it. Let's see. Perfect. And again, just to double check. All right, now we're back down to 3 between logs, notes, and reports, with temperature being no longer the temporary directory no longer showcasing on the output when I request the list for what's inside the analyst directory. So now what I'm going to do is move a file. Now the file I'm going to move is called Q3 patches, which is exactly what it sounds. It's a text file, and it just contains notes taken on third quarter patches, and it's now in the correct reporting format. So I'm going to actually move it. I believe it's in notes. I'm going to double check here. Let's see. I'm going to move it from notes to report. There we go. We see Q3 patches. All right, so let's go ahead and get a move on. Let's see, move. Patches.text. Perfect. To analyst. What happened? Let's keep trying. Well, analyst. Reports. Perfect. And now, of course, let's list. I'm going to start with notes, and then I'm going to list what's in reports. Just to click a list. All right, so we only see tip notes instead of Q3 patches and tip notes. And now I'm going to take a look at list notes. Perfect. We got Q1, Q2, and Q3. So I've successfully moved the file from one subdirectory to another. So now what I'm actually going to do is remove a file. I'm going to delete an unused file, temp notes text that's in the notes file now. I'm going to actually remove it. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see. Let's see here. Perfect. And then let's ready. So it came back, it didn't give me an output because when I gave it the input and it said, hey, what do you have listed? I have nothing, so there's nothing to show. So it just gives me another prompt to place another command. So technically there are no files simply put in the notes subdirectory of home / analyst. Now what I'm going to do is actually create a new file. I'm going to create a new file that's going to be a task text document, right? In the same, in the notes subdirectory that I'll use to document completed task. So we can do something like this. Here. This would be, all right, again, Ah, I wasn't supposed to do that. I actually was supposed to. Yeah, see, now you see it in fast, but that's fine. That's perfectly fine because I can move it. So let's move it from here. It's not supposed to do that. From here, um, text to analyst. We're gonna move it to notes. All right. And let's take a look to make sure to verify. Perfect. So I created a new file called task, well, which is a task text document for all completed tasks going forward. That'll be used in the subdirectory notes for /home / analyst. So now what I'm going to do lastly is edit a file. So I'm going to use the Nano text editor to edit the task text file and also add a note like describing the task that I completed as well. So let's actually go ahead and let's see. Let's get inside there. Okay. Okay, so that was not correct, but that's fine. All right, perfect. So now I'm inside and naturally I can technically type away, but I'll just, okay, normally I would do insert, I would press I for insert. I guess I can just go ahead and type away. So nonetheless, I'll just go ahead and type what I have completed, which is manage file structure. If I can spell everything correctly, file structure and then analyst. All right, perfect. And then I'll do Control X. Do I want to save? Of course I do. So then I just, so now as you can see here towards the bottom, it has the prompt available again. I'll just hit clear. And now it's back to the top for me to be able to write in more more command prompts. Now that I've done that, I'm actually going to take a look at what's actually inside task.txt. So if I did not know, or let's say if the security professional that normally handles this is on vacation or something happens in between, and I actually want to take a look at, to follow up behind it, what was left for me as far as any type of mutation. Look in here. And perfect. So the note that I was left, I was able to concatenate it as far as the contents that are available in the text document to be able to see if there is anything left. Say, hey, this was done, that was done. And I can also leave notes on what's left to be desired as far as what can be completed to also be finished up as well. So nonetheless, this is the end of the video, unfortunately. I've now showcased practical experience just pretty much using Linux basic shell commands or Linux bash shell commands in particular, creating and removing directories, copying, moving, and removing files, and editing files with the Nano text editor as well. Hope to see you on the next one. In the meantime, stay curious, stay secure.